Hi guys, thanks so much for stopping by. So today I'm going to do a makeup review and I will be talking about Maybelline. This is the Fit Me Dewy Plus Smooth Fit Me Foundation. So if you're new to my makeup videos, I already have mentioned and I will mention again, I have normal to dry skin, sensitive skin as well, and I have noticed that my nose used to be, I think maybe in the summer months, used to be kind of oily and now not really very much. So I'm not really very concerned about that. Ever since my skin has become extremely dry or normal to dry to very dry kind of skin, and I also have sensitive skin, I have really been looking for a foundation that would fit my skin, because I used to have, since I have reached being a teenager or the adolescent stage of your life, I used to have just oily, extremely oily skin. Ever since I gave birth to my son, I have normal to dry skin now. So I will give information right now from the company website in regards to this foundation, and then we go from there from my experience. This has 24 shades on their website. If you have really dark skin, you have about like 2, maybe 4. And maybe they want you to mix a little bit if you're kind of in between, which is really unfortunate. But you know what? A lot of times, even in some other companies for foundation, I still need to get 2 different kinds because I'm sometimes in between a shade. So, but still, like, the choices I find that really disappointing. There's kind of a lot more of the lighter shades, and then light to medium is kind of the saturated part. So I don't know, like, I feel like there should be a lot more options. I would think 50 different shades would be great. I think, me personally, from light to the very dark skin tone. I don't know, it just kind of feels like there's a group of people that you're not really filling, that if they want to try your product, you're kind of like saying, sorry, better luck next time. I don't like that part. So anyway, it says why you love it. What it is: Fit Me Dewy Smooth Foundation Face Makeup. Maybelline Smoothing Concentrate hydrates rough patches, leaving skin with a naturally luminous finish. Benefits: ideal for normal to dry skin. This foundation hydrates and smooths skin's texture and leaves a naturally luminous finish. Protects with SPF 18, dermatologist tested, allergy tested, non-comedogenic, fragrance free. And so I have normal to dry skin, and I have very sensitive skin. I have redness here. I have redness here. My whole nose is my whole nose usually is kind of a little bit red. And right here on my chin area, I had staph infection a few months ago, and so my dermatologist said that there would be discoloration, and it has lightened up a lot. I have been using like a skin lightener and sunscreen every single day just because. And that is because of the pregnancy hormones and the postpartum hormones, and my body's still healing because my baby's only a little bit over a year old. So my body's still healing from there, because it takes 2 years from the second you give birth and your baby is out. 2 years after that is when your body is still really healing. So your hormones are still not in check, or not before you got pregnant. Your skin, everything in your body is still healing. So anyway, so I'm still experiencing that. So this is a very watery consistency kind of foundation. That part I kind of don't like. However, the good part about it is, it won't keep moving around. I would say if you've never used like a very watery kind of foundation, I would say play with it a little bit to kind of see how you will work it perfectly with your technique and your skin. I also do not like that there is no pump. I don't like that at all. So what I do with that is I just immediately pour some on the brush, a clean brush obviously, or a clean sponge, and then just put it on. But usually I just use the brush first because for me it's faster and easier for me. And after I kind of let it sit there for a couple minutes, I then dab with a sponge. If I need to apply more, kind of layer it up, kind of add more coverage, I do use the sponge after that and not the brush anymore. So that is how I personally apply that. Excuse me, this is very sheer for me. Excuse me, I probably apply like 2, 3, maybe 4 layers on certain spots because it is very sheer. And also it is very tacky. The finish is tacky, so I really do, you can try to, and when you let it set a little, it takes a lot of time to let it set. So and even still when it does set, it's still tacky. So I don't like that part, but it's a very easy fix. I just put powder on my face and I'm good to go. Well, I put a setting spray on top of that, but what I'm saying is that does fix the problem for me. The pros is that it is very buildable. I love that. It gives me this beautiful glow. I didn't wear any highlighter. I never use a bronzer. I did use a dewy or glow or illuminating primer underneath it. I have tried different kinds of primers, and I just kind of noticed that even if I use a non-glowing, non-illuminating, non-dewy type of primer, this still gives you that beautiful, beautiful glow. So I love that part. I also love the fact on how it wears. But again, I do wear a primer. I also wear a setting spray afterwards, and this does still wear really beautifully for the rest of the day. I usually, when I'm putting my makeup on, I'm putting it early in the morning, and I don't take it off until I get ready for bed. So that's usually a minimum of 8 hours. Sometimes it can be longer, 11, 12, sometimes 14, depending on the day that I have. But again, minimum of 8 hours, and this wears beautifully. I love that. It also doesn't, it never really cakes, which is great. I have noticed that it doesn't cling to rough patches. It also doesn't accentuate like pores or like bumps here and there. It never gave me any kind of negative reaction like redness, burning, itchiness, breakout, a rash, nothing like that. So I really love that because I have the type of skin, because I have sensitive skin a lot of times. When a certain foundation will make you break out, if someone says that makes me break out, that will probably make me break out 90% of the time. So I have that kind of skin. It has a beautiful glow. It's long wearing. Again, I do wear a setting spray. I also powder my face, and I also use a primer in regards to using this. And I do that with this particular foundation. If I feel like a certain foundation needs a little bit of powder to set it, I do that. It just depends on how much powder I do put on. This one, I do put on a lot more than the other foundations that I'm using right now, just because this is very, very tacky. But it doesn't crease, it doesn't really cake me, but if you do put too much powder on there, you will see some caking, you will see some creasing and stuff. So just, you know, just take it easy and just kind of see what goes on and kind of test it and see how much you want to put on. Maybe not, just because it just feels very tacky. And I don't bake. So what I do is I just use a very big powder brush, and it's not dense or compact or anything. I don't use a kabuki brush. I just use a very big poofy powder brush, and I just kind of swipe it everywhere all over my face, and I'll touch my face, and if it's still tacky, I just kind of dab it like this. If it's still tacky, I'll add another layer. So I am really kind of sprinkling it a little bit at a time just to not overdo it. And I don't want to do that because then, you know, a lot of times it can give you creasing, it can make you cake and stuff like that. But if you do play around with it and you kind of know what you like, what it takes to set it with just a powder and then a setting spray, then you'll know how to apply, if you are going to put a powder, how much you need to put on and how well it's going to wear on you the rest of the day. So I would give this a 4 out of 5 just because it's very sheer and it has a tacky finish, and the top, I don't like that part. Other than that, I love this foundation. It gives me a beautiful glow. It blends really well with my skin. It never gives me any kind of negative side effects on my skin. I don't break out. I don't have a rash. I don't have I don't burn. It doesn't give me any crazy redness. Nothing bad in the effect of this. So I love that part. I also I love that when I do wear this, it just, I don't know, I feel really like, because I look like I've just been, I don't know, like I have like a like I went on a weekend on like the tropical islands, like the Bahamas or something, and you have like that sun-kissed kind of glow, because it gives you like a hint of glow in there, and I really love that. So I love that part. So I do recommend this. If you want to try something with luminosity, with some glow, and makes you look really healthy and have like this beautiful like luminous skin, I would suggest you try this one out and just play around with it. Be careful on how you pour it out, because there have been instances in which you can pour it out too much and a lot of product comes out, and just kind of play around with it and what would be best on how to apply it. Maybe it's best for you to just directly do the sponge, or maybe it's best for you to just do the brush and you're perfectly fine with that. Me, I do the brush first so that it's faster and easier for me, and then I do the sponge after that. So if you guys have other suggestions in regards to this kind of makeup that would be good for my normal to dry and sensitive skin, let me know down below. I would like to test them out. And right now I'm really just focused on drugstore foundation, because I am doing my drugstore makeup challenge only. So let me know down below. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please hit the like button, subscribe button, and the bell so you'll be notified whenever I do upload a new video. Don't forget to expand the description box, because as much as possible, I always try to get coupons for you guys, discount codes, and other goodies like that. I also have my Twitter information, Instagram, Snapchat, and for business inquiries, I have my email there as well. Thank you guys, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.